When it comes to part-time employees, should a dentist get a contract signed with a part-time employee? Like sometimes they will go on vacation for 2 months and they'll bring in another dentist, or they might hire, somebody to help them for a short period of time. Well, what are your thoughts on that? Would you treat them the same or differently?
Honestly, apart from being an employer myself, I'm an employer. No one is allowed, and no one should be allowed at any employer's facilities to start working without having an employment contract signed before the first day.
Mhm.
The amount of detail we look into about when an employment agreement was signed versus when someone started working honestly makes a difference by the hour sometimes. If they started working for one day and at the end of the day, they decided to sign the agreement and give it, guess what? This agreement is unenforceable. So there must be an agreement given to every single employee before they start working, whether they're part-time, whether they're contractors, whether you've agreed with them that they're contractors, but really they're employees. These things could spiral out of control if someone alleges something and then goes, whether it is to another lawyer or whether it's to the Ministry of Labor, and then says things such as, I worked overtime hours and I was not even paid for those. So things can, if not documented before an employee starts, can get messy. And even when there is an agreement between an employer and an individual, I can't really call them here an employer or contractor, let's call you a contractor and I'll pay you a certain amount of money and you invoice me. That won't necessarily fly with the Ministry of Labor if that person turns to be disgruntled in a few years or a few months and they decide to go to the Ministry of Labor. Next thing you know, you still have to justify the overtime hours that they worked or what kind of relationship you had with them. Whether you pay them invoice or not makes no difference. It's really the degree of control you have with your employee or contractor or many other things that honestly are definitely worth being put in writing well before anyone steps foot and starts working at all, so that no potential thing could happen after things go sour.